I'd like to thank you all for being here today. My name's Paul Helmke. I'm president of the Brady Campaign to Prevent Gun Violence. 6 months ago today at Virginia Tech, we learned how weak the gun laws are in our country. We learned that what we're doing now to fight gun violence and prevent gun violence isn't working. And we learned that there are too many holes, too many gaps in the Brady background check system.
The tragedy at Virginia Tech likely occurred because of a breakdown in the system that allowed a gun to get into the hands of a dangerous, mentally ill person. A person who, had the system worked, would never have gotten a gun. Unfortunately, the system is only as good as the records in it. And when the system fails, as we witnessed 6 months ago, and we witness time and time again, and will continue to witness unless we do something, the consequences, as we see here today, can be devastating. The system should be the last line of defense between a violent person and a deadly weapon. And when the stakes are this high, there should be no cracks to fall through. Only 23 states report any mental health information at all into the NICS system, and when they do, it's spotty. The same also, of course, goes for criminal records. Many of them are missing or just sitting in a file cabinet in some state office, not even up on a computer. And this is 2007. So when the records aren't there, all the good work we did in passing the Brady Law just doesn't happen. So we need to fill in the gaps and bring this system into the 21st century. We're not changing the law. We're just making sure it works. It's a simple thing to do, to implement it. It'll help states, our bill, report all relevant information, and we give them the resources that they desperately need to do so.
Some say, oh, it's a small step. A small step. How many lives could have possibly have been saved if we had taken that small step?
Today, the families, over 50 family members, sent a letter to all of the elected representatives in the House and in the Senate asking for action, final action, on these bills.
It did pass in the House. Now we have one senator that is holding this up.
It's situations like this that make people around the country so frustrated with Washington. When the American people see common sense proposals like this one blocked and obstructed, they lose faith in their government to keep them safe and to do just about everything else. But let me say this clearly. We plan to move this bill, and no single senator is going to stand in the way. It's been 6 months. Congress must act to pass this legislation.